Did you know that the theme song to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon show, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in a Half Shell, was written by the same guy who created Sheldon Cooper? That's right, Chuck Lorre, who created The Big Bang Theory, who created Two and a Half Men, wrote the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series theme song. I'll let that one sink in for a second, because that is a really crazy fact that only someone who is obsessed with the Turtles, like me, would know. I mean, I literally have a Turtles original sketch behind me in every single show I do. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So tonight, I'm going to share the love with you. Please don't buy everything I have. Oh, I should probably bring Jay on screen. That always helps.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. Welcome in, everybody, to Second Shift Lunch. I am producer Kyle. That is Jay. We are going to sell you some comics, but they are all going to be one very specific type of comic. They're all going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I love. I love the Turtles. If you love the Turtles, say hi. If you don't love the Turtles, say hi and then buy some Turtles. You know how that goes. But we are going to be bringing you some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles books tonight here on this live stream. Now, something interesting that I'm going to say, there will be 2 non-Turtles books, which we'll talk about in the middle of the show. But if you buy a Turtles book, and I will indicate to you that this is one of those books that Tom Waltz worked on, I am having a signing with Tom this weekend, and I will get it signed for you. So, again, if you want one of those books, I'm happy to get it, provide it to you. Sorry. And then I will get it signed for you. The way that's going to work, I don't know what Tom is going to charge. There are times where he doesn't charge at all. There are other times where he does charge.
Thank you,
Steve. I have an appointment tomorrow evening to get this all cut off and removed. Nope, you're broke. You're going to get burned, man. You're going to be upset. Unless you're just messing with me. Anyway, it's all Turtles all the time. But if you buy something from Tom Waltz, once I find out what Tom is charging, I will invoice you later for that signature. Okay? So again, just throwing it out there, that's how it's going to work. I do want to make a little announcement today. I don't know for sure. I'm going to make that decision tomorrow. I said yesterday on the show that I wouldn't be doing a show next weekend. I may be doing a show on Sunday from my hotel room. So I'll let you know about that. I got some amazing stuff today from our friends at Dynamite. Look, I was looking for some new inventory and they were able to help me out. Guys, I have got stuff that has never been seen on Comic Collectibles, that has not been seen on Whatnot, that has not been seen on eBay Live, that Dynamite and Dynamic Forces are legally not allowed to sell. But I can. So we're going to be offering those coming up, but we'll do a show Sunday. There will be no Second Shift Lunch on Monday. It's fine. You said you were going to be on the show and active, Patrick. That's That's fine, Triple B. Again, we're doing turtles. So if you want something, claim something. But my God, Triple B, the new stuff I got from Dynamite, there are some books that are screaming your name. Okay? Like, anyway. So anyway, if you want a Tom Waltz signature, once I find out what Tom was going to charge me for, the volume, whatever the volume is that I take, because I will feel bad not paying for his time, I will invoice you guys and we'll just spread it out amongst you. Same with the other books I'm going to offer. So, show Sunday, then we will be off for probably a whole week. I'm having surgery a week from Friday, so we won't be doing shows that weekend because Kyle will be on drugs. So, let's hit the buttons and do the things. Jay, I forgot those books were over there already.
Oh.
Okay. So this is going to be a lot of everything is priced as marked. I don't know how that's going to work on this rack. So we're going to figure that out, okay? But we're going to start with some $5 Turtles books. Okay, and I'm going to have some stuff that's less than $5. But before I put anything up, if you guys will pardon me, I'm going to go full melt from SketchUp and go sleeveless because the air conditioner just came back on after being off for hours in this office, and I am sweaty. Okay. So we're going to start here. This is the Sketch RI sketch cover retail incentive. That is a, this was a, I forget who did this cover. I think it was a Campbell cover. That I wrote really on the post because of that. This book came to me like this, but it is a bear. TMNT 66 pencil sketch variant, $5. Right there. I'm going to put a $5 sign on that row real fast.
Okay. So Miss Jen, Ed, Nope, Lorena, Triple B, TJ.
Miss Jen, if you buy books, you know I'm just going to buy them back from you later, right? Okay.
Pat.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 101. This is the B cover. It's the Eastman. Both of the books that are up so far are books that Tom Waltz has worked on, I believe. Nope, that's not true. The only one that Tom Waltz worked on was this one. Again, if you want a Tom Waltz signature on it, I can do that for you. TMNT 102, cover B. Again, the Eastman cover. And TMNT 103, cover B. Again, the Eastman cover. All right. All right.
Ed wants to know if he still has room in his box, or did you?
Yes, you do, Ed.
Okay.
Anybody who's bought anything in the last 2 weeks will ship out after I invoice this show. So everything will ship out before I have surgery, but I still have room in everybody's boxes. I think even including Lorena, who is the fullest box. Mainly because USPS did me a favor and shipped me large priority flat rate boxes that are the same price They're forever boxes as opposed to adjustable rate. So they're the same price as medium flat rate boxes because they screwed up. So I'm gonna pass that along to you guys.
Nice.
All right. Let's do some more $5 Turtles books. This is Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan. This was a mini series by Greg Burnham. Number 1, $5. TMNT Jason Aaron Joel Jones run. Number 1, $5. I have a couple copies of that. That is the E cover. Pat wants a Jason Aaron number 1. Okay, Pat. Then I have the O cover of Jason Aaron TMNT number 1. And this is the A cover. Jason Aaron TMNT number 2. Pat, you didn't know I was going to put both covers up. Which one do you want? E or O? If you say I'm going to sing The Farmer in the Dell and get it stuck in your head. So be careful what you wish for in this moment. O goes to Pat. You got it, buddy. O and number 2. Do I have a Pat tab in the box? I do not. Okay. All right. Fantabulous. Let me do a little bit more paperwork here. Just to keep myself sane.
There we go.
Like that. All right. These are going to be a little bit more. I'm going to do a whole row of $7 turtles. Why $7? Well, for some of these, that was cover price. For others, there's first appearances. So let's start here. This is the Eastman cover. Nope, that's wrong. Please hold. There we go. Okay, that's better. Sorry, I got confused. All right, this is the B cover. This is the Eastman cover, Campbell and Eastman. This is TMNT 127. It's the first appearance of Venus de Milo, the female turtle. TMNT 127. Be $7. This is the first this is the B cover. This is the A cover. First Venus and first Ziggy, TMNT 127. All right, this has a Tom Waltz story in it. So if you want a Tom Waltz signature on either of these books, I can accommodate that. This is TMNT Alpha. This has the introduction to the Jason Aaron story and to the new Tom Waltz story that he's doing, Old Hob on Monster Island. That will be $7. That is the B cover. What cover is that? That is the A cover. And I also have the C cover of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Alpha. All right, Pat claims 127B. You got it, Pat?
And Alpha A.
Okay. I'm going to leave that there. I've got a bunch of those. So I will pull one out of the box. What up, Alan?
Hey, Lewis.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I forgot that was the name you used, Lewis. As I flip through to find the other Alpha.
Not much, boss. Lots of turtles tonight. All turtles except for 2 books.
Oh, geez. I'm digging through the box trying to find the Alpha A. Because I think I have a bunch of them. When in fact, I don't. What I have, ironically, are a bunch of C and B. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Alpha B and C are on the board right now. We also have B127, which is first Venus and first Ziggy, and A, first Venus and Ziggy. I do not have the foil variant for sale on Alpha, Steve. I'll be honest, a lot of this stuff is dupes for me. I only have one copy of that for myself. I am still hunting more. If I can free one up, I will have one in a future sale.
Hey, ship. Ninja Rap. I had that thing on repeat when that movie came out. That one where they're like standing in front of their banners, like their colors look cool. I really like that cover. How's your 80s Turtles collection? Well, Kyle has left me. So let me man, I'm having the weirdest luck since Friday, right? I'm still here, right? Somebody let me know. Let me know that it's me that's still here and Kyle left and not the other way around. He probably just lost internet for just a second. He should be back soon. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was having a rough time Wednesday with the internet, and then Friday on the art show before Nick shows up, their computer crapped out on them. So I decided instead of just going to commercial spots, I was going to start showing art. Not a great idea on my part, but I didn't want to bore everyone with spots over and over again. Time for a Superman book sale? Not out of my collection, boss. I don't sell anything. Wait, here we go. Hold on. Here we go. He is back.
Kyle's butt knocking the plug out of the wall
Oh,
is
nice.
this for show's version of getting Comcasted. All right. We're going to do the bottom row now. The bottom row is going to be priced as marked. In fact, no, I didn't kick it, Pat. I squatted down to pick up a marker and knocked it out with my butt. Which is even a better excuse. Which giveaway, Lewis? From my show or from somebody else's? Because again, as I talked about, anything we've done in the last 2 weeks has not shipped out because almost everybody still has room in their boxes. Okay. Bottom row. This is a Tom Waltz book. This is TMNT 99. This is the B cover, the Eastman cover. But were they from this show? It's going to be $10.
It's more like it's a mini giant in a small space. That's how I look at it.
It's very true. Yeah, no, Alan, they just haven't gone out yet, man. Lewis, they just haven't gone out yet. It's going to be hard for me to get your name right. And I apologize now. All right. I promised some of these. TMNT, number 8. Guest starring Cerebus. This is a Mirage first print. $55. If you guys, and I will talk about this while I'm getting the next book ready. My local post office does not love what I do for a living. In fact, they are hostile to what I do for a living. So I only ship out when I've got enough to justify making them come and pick it up. So that's why it's about every 2 weeks. How about Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 5? Tales of the TMNT 5. $15. And oh, this is fun. From Solson Productions. How to Draw TMNT.
Oh.
$15. All right, guys, so we got $5 books here. I'll put a couple more $5 books up here. This row right now is $7. All right. TMNT Micro Series Leonardo number 4 from the IDW run will be $5. And this is Jason Aaron Joel Jones TMNT #1 B cover, $5. So now we have the E cover here and the B cover there, both for $5.
Mm. It's a gnarly looking face on Raph there.
Yeah. Raph's like, he's in that book, he is particularly badass.
Mm. Oh, that's right. Nope, you did.
Yep. And I'll be honest, Nope. I knew she had it and go, if it doesn't sell on the show, I'll buy it. I couldn't make the show, but she told me she had it because she knows what a turtle's nut I am.
Mm.
And I go, look, I can't make the show, but if it doesn't sell, I'll take it. And then you bought it and it saved me some money. I'm not angry. Not bitter at all.
Oh wow, Miss Jen over here doing math. Clear the board for $150.
Mm-hmm. 40. 68. 78. 108. Yeah. About $160. And yes, I am bitter, Ship. That's why I said it. Now I know Nope loves the turtles as much as I do. So again, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Oh man.
And not even in Nope, in Nancy for not just selling it to me before the show. All right, let's get the next batch of $5 books out. I know you did, Jen. And I'll be honest, that's why I had no idea what I claimed. I still don't know. All right, this is Armageddon Game opening moves #2. TMNT Armageddon Game opening moves #2. $5. Again, that's a Tom Waltz book, so if you want it signed by Tom Waltz, I'm happy to facilitate that. TMNT Mutant Nation #3. Mutant Nation #3. Road to 150. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 149. I love that cover.
Oh wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
$5. That is a is it Ramon Visva? I think is how you say it. And Road to 150, TMNT 146A cover. I know I claimed a lot of Turtles ship, but when I gave you my proxy, I really was hoping that you would buy some stuff for me wisely. I don't know if you did or not, because I didn't actually look at the invoice. I just looked at what I owed Jen and sent her the money. Even though I don't think I sent her the money yet. I think I got close and then got distracted. So, who knows?
Jeez. Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah, TJ. Yeah. I didn't just go on a spending spree. No. No, that didn't unlock something in me that didn't need to be unlocked. All right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Armageddon Game The Alliance. Number 1. $5. Jen, I have a full run of Captain Carrot, but depending on what it is, I might be into it again. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Night Watcher. This is the Junie Ba Fedro Pay book that I love. That's number 5 for $5. Jason Aaron, Joel Jones, TMNT 1A cover. $5. Yes, I have multiples of every cover of that book.
Take care, Triple B.
See you, Triple B. Triple B, though, if you're still here, I will ping you. When I'm ready to move that dynamite stuff that you're going to be so into. TMNT, Jason Aaron, Joel Jones 2. This is the B cover. It's the Eastman cover. $5.
Do you have the 1 through 3 crossover one?
Of what? Captain Carrot?
I think that's what Miss Jen's asking.
Nope, they did not make them in my size. When you and Shaquille O'Neal share a shoe guy, I'm kidding, of course. But not by that much.
Oz Wonderland War.
Oh, the Scotty stuff. Miss Jen. Do not know. That I will have to check my database for. Okay. Should we do I could do $2 books here, or I could do volume. What do you guys want to see? Stuff that I got multiple copies of, or stuff that is $2?
Ooh. Way before Scotty.
Oh, is this the... I don't know, Miss Jen. All right, let's do... These are going to be $10. If you notice, I just added more of the Eastman First Venus, First Ziggy right here for $7. These are going to be $10. These are the Eastman covers. These are Virgin, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger TMNT number 1s. Be $10. These are going to be $10, and I have a whole big stack of them because I think at one point I bought every copy Miss Jen had. These are also $10, but this is TMNT 100 City at War. This is the Eastman cover. This is also a Tom Waltz book. So again, I can get it signed by Tom for you. $10. And let's do on the end down there. One more $10 book. This is the Eastman cover. It's the B cover of TMNT 105. $10.
Top Hat's killing me.
Yeah. It's one of the best. All right. I need just a second to look at something.
Good.
Because this book, I think, is mispriced. And I think it's mispriced in a way that does not favor you, the buyer. So let me double check.
Bridwell and Cavalieri and Hoppy, the Marvel Bunny, shows up too. I don't think I've ever tried Captain Carrot before.
All right. Okay. That book was mispriced in a way that did not favor the buyer. So I'm going to make an adjustment. But first, this is one of my favorites. And this is one that if y'all don't claim, I will probably have signed by a bunch of folks over the next few years. This is TMNT number 100. The Fingerprint Ink Mirage Jam Fingerprint Ink exclusive Mirage Jam variant. So each character was drawn by a different person. Dave Garcia, Simon Bisley, Eric Taro, Kevin Eastman, Ryan Lawson. That is going to be $60. All right. Next book is going to be a big bite, but it's totally worth it. It is in immaculate shape. I bought one from, I have several of these now, so I'm going to offer it up. This is Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures #1. This is the N cover, which is the rarest cover. Why is it the end? Because it is the newsstand edition. They didn't print many of it for the newsstand. So that's Eastman Laird's TMNT Adventures #1. $100.
Did you ever get the ones that came with tapes?
Yeah, I got a whole set of them with tapes.
Yeah, I had those when I was a kid. Loved them. Wore the tapes out.
Eastman and Laird's TMNT #7. This is a Mirage #7 first printing. $50. And This is a second print. TMNT number 3. Second printing. $60. All right. I know some of my Crazy Turtles fans are like trying to be responsible and stuff tonight. And I appreciate that, guys. I know how hard that can be. Just ask my wallet after Miss Jen's show the other night. I really do appreciate that. But if there's anything you're looking for in particular, let me know. Like, you know, especially like price range stuff. Like, let me know what you'd like to see more of, what I can offer you that you think you need, that kind of thing. All right. I have to bend down again. Pray I don't knock the plug out. Okay, hard part done. Now I got to stand up without knocking the plug out. I made it.
Awesome.
All right. At the show I'm going to also, as a guest, will be Eric Powell. So I'm going to offer this with the same deal I'm doing with the Waltz. If you buy it, you pay for the book right now. And then I will invoice you later for the cost of the signature once I find out what Eric is charging. This is The Goon, One for the Road by Eric Powell. $5. All right. Do I know the story of how Dusty Rhodes' muffler fell out? Is that a euphemism, Steve?
Oh my god. Oh.
Just asking.
I'm almost afraid. Yeah. Same. Oh, okay. It's a real thing. All right. I will definitely look that up.
All right, let's do some more $5 books. Then I'm gonna do some $2 books. How's that?
Let's do it.
Free Comic Book Day 2019. 35 years of TMNT. Free Comic Book Day 2019 TMNT 35 year celebration. This is Free Comic Book Day 2015. $5.
Oh, wow.
This is the new animated adventures of TMNT from IDW, number 1. $5. And we'll do Utrom Empire. This is the Paul Aller run. TMNT number 3. Then we have the micro series Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 7. This features Bebop and Rocksteady, the villains, Bebop and Rocksteady. 5. TMNT 57. This is another Tom Waltz book. $5. TMNT Universe. Again, Paul Aller. Number 21. $5. And number 22. $5. Is there a such thing? Yeah, there were TMNT Halloween specials. There wasn't necessarily a series or really TMNT horror per se, but they did do Halloween specials.
Yeah, there's a Saturday Morning Adventure.
Yeah, there's a Saturday Morning Adventure Halloween special. There's several.
Oh, see, nope. Nope, got it.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's one that I would recommend more than the others. So I'm not 100% sure. All right, let's do some $2 turtles. I don't have a lot of turtles that are $2, but I do have some. Archie Comics, TMNT Adventures number 8, $2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles presents The Mighty Mutanimals number 1, $2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures number 10 for $2. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures number 20 for $2. They are K-pop. All right. I'm going to make a little change here. Again, I appreciate that you guys are trying to be smart about your spending. So I'm not going to beat you up too hard anymore with the big, heavy books. But that does limit what we have to offer tonight. So I'm going to offer you some things that I wasn't going to sell. But I could probably only put 3 of them up at a time. So let me make sure the ones I offer are the best ones to offer first. Okay. These are going to be cover price. So $30. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I was just checking something. So this is the soft cover Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Collection Volume 2. $30. TMNT Ultimate Collection Volume 5. $30. And TMNT Ultimate Collection Volume 6 for $30.
$127 from row 2 for Pat.
Okay. You know you already claimed one, right, Pat? Are you talking about this one? That's 57. This one?
Yeah, now he says he think that's the number. So probably.
Okay, hold on. Pat, if you mean 57, let me know. 57. Okay. Okay. Unknown 869. Are those the same as the hardcover volumes? Just trade paperback? Yes. But they are significantly more affordable. It's a single issue. The Goon. Ed, it is 5. But if you want it signed by Eric Powell, once I find out what he's charging at the convention, I will invoice you for that signature. Because again, I'm going to get it signed by Eric Powell. And just so you know, Ed, it is in full color.
Oh, okay.
All right. Here's what I think I'm going to do, guys. Out of respect for your budgets and for you guys who are trying to be good, I think I'm going to. Can I tell you what issues Volume 6 collects? Yeah, 1 second. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, one difference between this and the hardcover is it doesn't list the issue numbers. But give me a second here. It just gives you the titles of the stories. So give me 1 second here to pull up the database. Ed, hang out. You might want to hang out. Trust me.
When are you not, Ed? When are you not multitasking?
Oh, come on. Here we go. Now I wish I had my hardcover here because it would make this so much simpler.
Oh yeah, I bet. It's a weird thing when trades and things do that where they don't tell you what issues they collect.
Right, they just give you the titles of the individual stories.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, are you kidding me? That list was not good.
I know, Ed. I know. That's the fun thing about Saturday, man.
I can't without slowing down. Yeah, so it's going to be 62 because it starts with Don't Judge a Book, which was the first story after City at War. And it ends with Untitled Nobody Story, which would be, let me double check here. There's Bottoming Out. Just a second. Oh, here we go. Bottoming Out is a Tales of the TMNT story. So it's a Lawson story. So yeah, that's number 6. I wish it just told me the volumes. Unknown, you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I appreciate the claim. I'm more than happy to look that kind of stuff up for people. I just wish that, I don't know, someone had bothered to publish the issue numbers. Okay, I'm going to offer one last set of trades, guys, and then I think we're just going to hang out for a little while and talk about conventions and things. Just because, again, I want to be respectful of everybody's budgets. And I don't want to just hit you guys with the big heavy books unless you're all like, hey, I would like to see, early run Mirage stuff. In which case I could show you some of it. Okay. This is in very good condition, but it has one corner smash. So I'm going to offer it for $10 off cover. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the IDW collection, number 4, hardcover. So that will be $50. This is another hardcover, but it has a corner smash that's pretty bad compared to the other one. So I will offer this one for, let's do it for $20 off cover. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Collection hardcover volume 4. Again, it's got a corner smash right there, you can see. So that will be $30. And I have had this book for a really long time. It is one of my prized Turtles possessions. I'm going to offer it tonight at cover price. Just so somebody else has the chance to enjoy it. This is the IDW TMNT Annual Book 1. Spiral bound notebook. Artist's Rendering Edition. So that's the cover.
Ooh.
This is what the inside looks like.
Oh, wow.
That will be $25. All right, the deal on the Goon Round Guy is it's the only non-signed Goon I had in my for sale inventory. Along with Tom Waltz, Eric Powell will be at the convention I'm going to this weekend. So I am offering it for $5. And if you want, I will get it signed by Eric, but you will get a second invoice with the price of the Eric signature on it. So like you'll pay $5 for the book tomorrow when I invoice. And then once I know what Eric is charging for signatures at the convention, I will invoice you for that. All right, since nobody has piped up and said, "Yeah, I want to see really expensive early Turtles books," which I'm fine with. Again, I want to respect you guys' budget. You guys help me out a lot when you buy on these sales, so I'm happy to respect that. And I know a lot of you have a lot still to be shipped, so I'm good.
It's kind of one of those things where I wish I was a bigger Turtles comic fan, because I bet a lot of this stuff look like the covers look awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. So, all right, we're gonna switch over and do a hangout. But before we do that, again, one more time on this Goon. This is the Goon One for the Road by Eric Powell. Eric will be at the convention. The book is $5, and then I will invoice you at a later date for the signature. And then they've been exclusive to the EXP thus far, but starting today, you can get them from any EXP show anywhere they are. So on CBSN, in their local stores, on their own YouTube channels, on Whatnot, on eBay Live, whatever, starting today. But for right now, I think they're still pretty much exclusive here to the EXP. This is the Future Is the hardcover Kickstarter exclusive edition. Again, it's exclusive here on the EXP. It's $30. This is the story of a team of hackers. In the book, they're called freebooters. But they are, think Ocean's 11 meets Scorpion or Leverage or Firefly. Right? They're kind of outlaw hackers that are vigilantes, kind of in a way. You know what I just thought of that they kind of remind me of? They're the A-Team. If you can find them and you can pay them, they will help you. That's kind of what the Future is about this team of hackers in a future where people no longer have rights. They have user agreements. They have terms of service. In this first book, they go take down a tech billionaire who has built a moon base where he is bringing young people to be his companions, but he is not necessarily treating them well. And you'll find out why in the book. It's about their quest to bring him down. And guys, they don't use like violence necessarily, although they can fight. They use their wits to outwit these people. They use their own hubris against them. They use their own, they use cunning and guile rather than fisticuffs, which I like. You have on the team, you have Wheeler, who's that guy right there, who is the leader. That is Sally. Sally lived in space for 10 years. So her muscles are weird. And so on Earth, she has to wear like an exoskeleton. I forget this guy's name, but he's like their math wonk. His thing is that he could tell you the odds on anything. But most of the time he's telling you the odds of you getting hit by a car when you cross the street or the odds of you catching some weird plague. He would just as soon stay home as go out in the field. He's scared of everything. Then you have Martina right here, who's a former Olympic athlete who is in an abusive relationship. And Wheeler over here got her out of it. So now she's part of the team. And my favorite character, this is their dog, Arf. Arf has a collar on him that is augmented reality called Art. And they are the team. So in this book, you get a really good introductory story to the team. You get a fun adventure. The art on the inside looks like this. In fact, I am currently trying to buy this double page spread. So really fun book. It's $30. Again, it's the only people who have this book, guys, are EXP sales shows. Okay. They're the only people who have this book right now. So if you want it, you have to claim it on our shows. It is 120 pages. So it has content that does not exist in issue 1. Even though it is largely the same as issue 1, it has content that doesn't exist in issue 1. And it has something that's really popular in hacker communities called a CTF, Capture the Flag. This has clues that are not in issue 1 or on the Kickstarter. that you can solve to help rank up and capture the flag, where they will have a leaderboard where you can rank up a la Ready Player One. So make sure you check that out. Again, if not from me, from somebody. Really good book. And if you buy the hardcover, guys, I want you to understand this. All the money stays with the show you bought it from. The publisher, Recca, are really good guys, and they want to work with the experience, and they want to support us in a big way. So what they have done out of the kindness of their hearts is they are letting us, that we're selling this book and talking about it for them and marketing it with them. And in exchange, we get to keep all of the money. So when you buy one, like from me, I get to keep all the profits from it. When you buy one from Jen, she gets to keep all of it, so on and so forth. So it really does help us when you support them. So, all right. So Acres of Movies asks a question. And again, we're just going to go to Hangout for the next 45 or so minutes while we kind of, we're just going to hang out and kind of talk about conventions, talk about whatever comes up. But Acres of Movie asks a question. Which turtle are you? This is a question I've been asked a lot, so I'm going to let Jay answer it.
Well, I have always thought of myself as a Mikey, but a lot of people tell me I'm more like a Leo in their eyes. I don't know where they get that from, but that's what they tell me. It's more than one person that said that to me. So, don't know.
The answer to that question for me has been the same since I was a very young man. I'm not a turtle. As a kid, I wanted to be Shredder. But the truth is, I'm probably Bebop or Rocksteady. I'm very seldom actually a turtle, like in terms of my demeanor and my personality. In my love for pizza, I'm definitely a turtle. But in terms of my personality and my demeanor, I think I'm probably most of the time more Bebop and or Rocksteady. I have been called Baxter Stockman. And people who have worked with me in the business know why. So there's that. But yeah, my answer has always been I'm probably Bebop or Rocksteady. So
that feels like a Kyle answer too. Like that feels like a Kyle answer.
Really is. So this weekend, guys, I am at Cherry Capital Comic-Con, which is one of my favorite conventions of the year. And I say that only because it's not my favorite convention of the year for one reason. My favorite convention of the year, I can sleep in my own bed. It's the only reason it isn't my favorite convention of the year is how expensive the hotel is. And I have to stay in a hotel because it's 5 hours from me. Other than that, I prefer it to every other show. It is in Traverse City, Michigan, at the Traverse City Grand Traverse Resort and Spa and Golf Club, Tennis Club, all the things they have there. It's also where Professor Nerdly in the chat's Beanstalk is. So he can come down the Beanstalk and terrorize the village. I don't know if he's still in the chat, so I'm going to make fun of him. I love Pat. Really, he is one of my dearest friends. So I give him a hard time. If you're my friend and I'm not giving you a hard time, we're not friends. It's a great show. There's a ho ho ho. Shut up, Pat. I have to ask someone a question, and then I will talk more about Pat. But the thing about the con that's really good is that it is a comic-centric con. They have one celebrity guest pretty much every year. One year it was what's his name? Marty Kleba.
Oh yeah.
Who was the little person janitor on Scrubs, but was in Pirates of the Caribbean and a bunch of other things. Last year they had the little girl from Encanto, Moana. Pat, you could say it in the chat. I don't remember, but she's a local to there. Like she's like 6 years old. Like she was one of their big celebrity guests. But their real celebrity guests last year were Tim Seeley and Dave Wachter. Right? Dave Wachter, who drew Turtles. Tim Seeley, who has written a bunch of great stuff.
Yes.
Like their big guests are always are really comic book guests. And this year is no exception. They do have a celebrity guest. Whose name I can never remember because I don't actually know who he is. Ross Marquand. Yes, Odessa from Encanto. Ren from Echo. That's who it was. Ren from Echo. The little girl from Echo. But Ross Marquand, who was on The Walking Dead, was a voice in Avengers Infinity War, X-Men 97, Invincible.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So he's their celebrity guest this year. But these are their top 4 guests according to their page. And Pat built their page, so if this is not their top 4 guests, then Pat is to blame. Eric Powell, writer of The Goon, Superman Bizarro World, Big Trouble in Little China, Did You Hear What Eddie Gein Done, Godzilla, Hillbilly, and Big Man Plans. Ming Chen from Comic Book Men. And Tom Waltz from TMNT. I say that really fast because Tom. But I'm kidding. But then you have Josh Mallerman, Bart Steers, who did Captain America and Falcon, Blade, Justice League. But you probably know that's Rob's page. All right. Well, Ming. Anyway, but you probably know Bart from his work on Wizard covers. Wizard magazine covers. Jay Fosgett, who I've talked about on here a bunch, who's one of my favorite cartoonists in the world. Ryan Clater, who's an Eisner nominee and is nominated for the Gary Reed Award. Angel Medina, who I think really needs to be higher on this list, Rob, who did Spawn, Kiss Psycho Circus, Spider-Man, The Incredible Hulk. Worked with McFarlane for a long time. Jason Moore, Kaylin Smith, Corinne Roberts, Seth the Moose, Bill Morrison from Bongo, The Simpsons, created The Simpsons, Dirk Manning, Ryan Lee, whose work on Mountainhead, Rick and Morty, cover artist for Quantum and Woody, who's a killer artist, Jeff Manley, Jason Douglas. There are really great creators there. Yes, tons of homies K-pop. Like, you should come up. Just saying, you and Ed need to come to the show. Artist Alley is always incredible. It's a small show. It's not a big show. It's family. It's homey. It's comfortable. It's not super overwhelming for somebody like Jay who gets the weird social anxieties that I don't understand. As someone who's never had social anxiety. I just don't like people. So it's a really comfortable show, a really fun show. It might be technically smaller than Monroe K-pop. My microphone just made a weird noise.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, one of the elastic bands that hold it in place popped off.
Okay.
Like I think the show floor is probably smaller, but they have they have probably have more or similar number of people. But what's cool about Cherry Capital is in the main showroom is the vendor hall and the celebrities and the guests. And then up the way is their game room, their panel room, their kids artist alley, and that kind of stuff. So while it's probably the same size in terms of people, they split it up really well that it's not, you don't feel crowded, which is a thing that I really appreciate about the show. So super fun times. Jay, you did your first convention since I've known you.
Mm-hmm. So a couple of years ago, first of all, Jason Douglas, is that writer of Parallel and Jane American? Jason Douglas, do you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Enjoy his stuff, man. Enjoy his stuff. So a couple of years ago, Jenna was working for Space Cadets, and they went to Comic Palooza, and I helped them load in. And let me tell y'all something: if y'all never helped a comic shop load in to a con, holy crap, that's a lot of work, especially with how Miss Jen does it with her grates and everything. But I ended up buying the 3 day pass. So this was my first con ever. Now, y'all, I barely leave my house. If I go to the movies, it has to be a movie that I can't wait to find anywhere else. So I'm a stay-at-home person. Jenna had to work this con. So I learned this term from Kyle. I didn't know there was a term for it. I was a booth barnacle because my buddy Dan Price was there. Bigfoot Knows Karate. If you never checked that out, you should check that book out. He's actually going to be on with Omri tonight as one of the creators for
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night for the creator show that Omri's doing. So you got to realize, if you don't know about social anxiety, it is. I'm not a people person, but I am at the same time. But too many people, and it doesn't necessarily mean strangers. I have been in rooms with my own family where the room just got too small for me. I did this alone, basically. And for whatever reason, comics help me with this. Like, finding a good comic shop is a haven for me. It is a place I can walk in and be comfortable. The con, while I was a little nervous at first, I got my jitteries, there for a little bit. After a while, nothing. I still can't go into a restaurant right now and not be like overly sweaty and nervous, like somebody's out to get me, even though they probably don't even notice I'm there. That's just the feeling that I get. But I had a blast. And then we did it again another year. And that same year, we also went to Dallas so I could see Garrett again. And we went this past year. We took Sean and one of our nieces, had a great time, and we're going again to Comic Palooza this year. So they really are a blast. Here's what I'm going to say, though. The difference between Comic Palooza and Dallas, both were fun for me. I met one celebrity, and my celebrity was Carlos Ferrer, who voiced Dom Santiago in Gears of War. Okay, that was my big one. And then I just like looked, and I saw like Stephen Amell at one, and people from The Office were at another one. I've never really been a go meet movie and TV people kind of person. I'd rather. There was one con I met. Chuck was at, so I got to meet Chuck in person. Got to meet Henri in person. Got to meet Morgan Mill in person. The one for Dallas, though, while good, it really felt like you were this the whole time. Hands in your pockets or something, like it's packed. That one was packed. That one gave me a little more nerves than the Palooza one did. But again, for me, it's a good time. Like I have fun. So cons are great. I hope one day to do, you know, uh, cons farther out. The dream had always been at one point to do San Diego just once in my life, just to say I did it. But I don't know. I kind of like the ones closer to home. But they're a lot of fun. Like if you've never been to a con, I would suggest go to one, even a local one that's around you, that's not even that big. Try something small if you're worried about it. Because I'm telling you that the people in my life that know me, the fact that they're like, you've been to a con 3 times now, they're like, doesn't sound like me at all. But I had a lot of fun. I think cons are great. I do agree with a lot of people that there needs to be like, here's a con that's going to have actors and actresses and sports people and stuff like that. And then here's a con that's solely focused on comic books and comic creators and artists and things like that. Because there's some of the places I know that you go to, their artist alley is maybe 4 or 5 people because they have 30 some odd stars from superhero movies and stuff, which cool. But if I go to a con, it's because I want to see some comic books or find something new. And I did that the first year I was there. That's how I found a book called Retribution from the guy that was boothing with Dan, and it introduced me to that world. So, like I said, cons are fun. I love going to them now after I went to that first one. So,
Yeah, comic book conventions are my happy place. They're where I get recharged, guys. I don't know if you know this, but doing what we do here is not always the easiest thing. Sometimes we work very hard. Sometimes it's always a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I love my job. I love what I do. I love you, the fans. I love the people I work with. But sometimes it is a lot of work. And the thing about Comic Cons for me is that even though I work when I go to Comic Cons, I network, I meet people, I buy stuff to bring back to show you guys. I buy stuff that I want to read. It's where I recharge my batteries. The con floor at New York Comic Con is the biggest mass of humanity that you're ever going to be in. It is nuts, but I love it. Because it's one of the few places where, for me, I get to be both a big fish and a small fish. Right? I get to go and just blend in and shop and just be a guy. And then I can go down to Artist Alley and I can network and make friends and do business for the experience in the same trip. So it just recharges my batteries, because the other thing it is it's the only place where you're ever around that many people who love the same things you love.
Yep.
Right? There are very few places where you can go and see as many people who would just as soon sit down with you and have a 45-minute discussion about why Superman is less cool than Booster Gold, and would have well thought out points on this topic.
True.
As they would talk about anything else. At Cherry Capital, they have a Magic the Gathering tournament. The number of people who will be discussing the lore of Nicol Bolas from Magic the Gathering, well, there is no higher concentration of those people on the planet. And that's what I love about it, right? Is it's people who care about what you care about the way you care about it.
Yep.
And so that's kind of why I love Comic-Con. Like, it isn't cheap, it isn't easy. Sometimes it's hard. But my God, I love getting there. I love going there. Right. K-pop. Sunday, I had a 30-minute watercolor chat with Joe Rubenstein. Eddie, I have been to Gary Con. But I've also been to Gen Con. I haven't been since COVID. But before that, I think I had gone for 20 straight years to Gen Con. So yeah, I've been to Gary Con, I've been to Gen Con. I was going to Gen Con when it was still in Lake Geneva. Gary Con is, I'll be honest, I went to say I went. Would not go back. I have been to similar cons at the local college here. Like, it's not big, it's not fancy, it's fun, but it's small, it's, I don't know. I don't have to go back now that I've gone. Yeah, Joe is fun to chat with when he's on his meds. K-pop, and you know what I mean by that. So, yeah, that's Comic-Con. So this weekend I'm going to Comic-Con. I'm very excited. I will definitely be live from Comic-Con from Cherry Capital. If you love Dungeons and Dragons, Eddie, you gotta go just to say you've gone. Right? But it's not. I would say this: Gen Con is the one to build the picture of, right? What you imagine Gary Con is what Gen Con actually is. So that's the answer to that. But no, in chat, what's your favorite Comic-Con? What's your favorite Comic-Con experience if you've been to one? If you've not been to one, what's stopping you? Because, and I'm not saying that in any kind of way. Like, everybody has reasons, like that they don't go to a show, right? Like, Jay doesn't like to leave the house. It's a fair reason. Ed's talking about, well, maybe he can't, get around as much. Okay. What's your favorite Comic-Con moment?
Hey, Castle.
K-pop says Astro. Yeah, Astro's great. Astro's so much fun. Although where it's at now, it's harder for me to go to. Motor City. I'll be honest. I miss old Motor City K-pop, and again, that's probably something you'll understand the reference. Before they finished the convention center, when it was still smaller and fun. Now it's big and not. And YumaCon, the one time I went, I blacked out, so I'm not going again. Yeah, I heard that K-pop, but I haven't heard from Mike or from his team. That's who I talked to about this. I suspect I'll hear from Jamie sooner rather than later. Castle says MegaCon. Right. Ed says my favorite con was Motor City Comic Con, like 2008-ish. I got to meet and talk to Soydam, Arthur Soydam. It was when the first hardcover of Marvel Zombies was out. He hadn't seen it. We talked, and he drew me a pic and signed it. Right. That's what I'm talking about when Motor City was great. See, my favorite con doesn't even exist anymore. It was Motor City Triple Fanfare. Or Motor City Fanfare.
Yeah.
Unknown goes, I've only been to Origins GameCon once. I love Origins. Origins is like 2.5 hours from me. And I can stay at my sister's, which is pretty nice for Origins. Steel City is a fun time, but yeah, I've not been. I only know that from people I've talked to. I've not actually been to Steel City. Nope, you've actually been to Lucca. I was supposed to go in 2020. So I have not been to Lucca yet. But I'm supposed to go. I was supposed to go, and I would love to go. Otaku-Con Otakon used to be my favorite con until they doubled the price and moved it to DC. Well, if you move it to DC, you have to double the price. That's just how that goes. But yeah, I am not a that's what I'm looking for. I'm not an anime con guy. I just don't dig it. As much as I love anime and manga, I do not love the party cons. That's why I don't do Dragon Con. Everybody's like, you should come to Dragon Con. You should come to Dragon Con. I'm good. Nope, went back in 2016. It was incredible. Yeah, I was supposed to go in 2020 with Sienkiewicz and Ross as part of the staff for their booth, and it just didn't happen. K-pop says, I'd like to go back to Baltimore and do Heroes. I do Baltimore every year. I love Baltimore. It's the 1 year I missed recently, I said was the last year I would ever miss, and that is true. I will never miss Baltimore again. Non-Comic-Cons was Vulcan Con 2010 to 2015. Best Star Trek con Mrs. Castle and I have been to. They don't exist anymore, and it's a shame. Okay, in terms of non-Comic-Cons, one of the most fun I ever had at a con was at BronyCon. But I was vending, but just to see that convention was something that that was bucket listy. That was wild. Non-Comic-Con, I got to go to Paranormicon. Yeah, Paranormicon or whatever it's called up in the Upper Peninsula. I met a lot of guys from Ghost Hunters and other paranormal shows. Yeah, the thing is, there's a convention for everything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping with the future is to be able to go to Wild West Hacker Fest this year in North Dakota. That's right. It's a whole convention for hackers. And it's from what I understand, it's a hell of a good time. So I'm excited to maybe go to that. Heroes Con is definitely on my bucket list, says Pat.
Is that the one in North Carolina?
Yeah. I think. Yeah, like I said, they're a good time. So other things that are happening at Cherry Capital, and again, I'm going to be live from the convention here on the EXP maybe a few times. So just be prepared, be watching, make sure your notifications are turned on. Friday night is the Steve Dillon Memorial Drink and Draw. I did go to DEF CON, but that was years ago, Ed. Or no, I'm lying. I went last year. Again. With them. But I was going regular years ago. Anyway. Steve Dillon Memorial Drink and Draw is Friday night. On Saturday night is Cherry Capital Comic Prom, which is just an excuse for everybody to get dressed up and dance. But at the prom is also the art auction. where all of the art created Friday night at the Drink and Draw will be auctioned off to raise money for their local charity partner and for the Hero Initiative. In Steve Dillon, and it will all be donated in Steve Dillon's name. So that will be fun. They have a cosplay contest, which is always, they get super good cosplay up there. Super killer cosplay. But one thing I will definitely be live for is the Gary Reed Independent Creator of the Year Award. The Gary Reed Independent Creator of the Year Award is an award given out to someone that is nominated by the fans of comics, who is carrying on the mission that Gary Reed had in his life, which is bringing up the comics community, bringing up new creators, creating opportunities for new people in the industry. And that kind of thing. So this year's nominees are Ryan Clater, Gene Ha, Dr. Christy Blanche, and a local creator who's done a lot from the Traverse City area named John Garaviglia. So they're the nominees. Yeah, fans and fellow pros is what he says. But right, it's anybody can make a nomination for the Gary Reed Award. We will be live streaming the Gary Reed Award live from the show so that y'all can see who wins and you can follow their work. Past winners have been Seth the Moose, Joe Pruitt, Travis McIntyre, Corinne Roberts, Casey Robertson, but at the time that wasn't her name. Casey Pierce was her name when she won. Dan Doherty. Have I named them all, Pat? Did I forget anybody? Oh, there's one I forgot, but it's the guy whose name I never knew. So always great creators up there. Always a fun time. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I've decided, as we've been sitting here, I'm gonna take a lot of the Waltz books up and get them signed. And Josh Werner. Yeah, okay. But there's one other person whose name I've never knew. Anyhow, I'll get them signed and then we'll offer them later on the shows later when people's budgets are more allowable to picking them up, which is totally fine. I'm good with that. So that's going to be the plan. Okay. We're going to end a little early tonight. Doug Wood, thank you. See, I never knew that guy's name. We're going to end a little bit early tonight, but I want to remind you tomorrow at 7, Jen will be live with Minute to Skim It. Then you'll have Welcome to Wonderland with Rich and AJ. Then Henri will be kicking it with a whole mess of creators. I'm going to read you the list. To be Dan Price, Chris Shaloff, Stefan Frank, Joe Benitez, Aaron Woborowski, and Fish Lee. I'm sure I mispronounced at least some of those names.
Chris is probably.
Yeah. And Aaron. But anyway, so Henri will be live with them tomorrow night. Wednesday, Rex will be back with Comic Collectibles. Yeah, Castle, I said that. Yeah, that's totally what I said. Anyhow, Rex will be live with Comic Collectibles. Jay is in charge of Kyle and Jay's Q&A. It's Jay's Q&A this week. Be on the lookout for if the show is on or not, is what I will say. Again, it's up to Jay what he decides he wants to do. I'm leaving it up to him. Then on Thursday, Miss Jen will be here at 7 with What's in the Box. She'll be continuing to go through that killer collection she got. You'll have the Geek Chat with Dez and Rich. And you'll have Sketch Up with Mel and Mog again this week. Then, on Friday, I will be live from the floor of Cherry Capital Comic Con with Matthias, who called me while we were on the air tonight, to do the FOC show, to talk about books that are on FOC this week. Then Friday evening, Nick will have the original art show, which I have some pieces that I can look at and kind of tell you what's going to be on the art show. That's totally a beast page. Also, that jerk Cyclops is on there. This is a Gary Brown. I think it's a John Carter page. I'm not 100% sure what that is. That is totally a Project Superpowers, the Owl character design page. And that looks Ramita-ish to me. I don't know what this book page is, but my God, is it good. So it looks Ramita-ish to me, but I'm not 100% sure. So you're going to need to turn in. Oh, it's Jonah Hex. So it's not Ramita. It's I don't know who drew that then. Interesting. Okay. It's a Jonah Hex page. Yeah, that's John Carter, the End cover, and an Ultimate X-Men page with Beast and Cyclops on it. So those are some of the pieces that will be on the art show on Friday. And then Nancy will be here live at 9 for Comics Unlimited, Friday Night Live from Comics Unlimited. Then again, we're going to see how things shake out. We're going to see how we're feeling. We're going to see what things look like. But I may do a show Sunday afternoon from my hotel room at Cherry Capital, featuring things that I've picked up at the show. Some of this stuff that I got from Dynamite. One of the things I can tell you guys, I am going to be having my own CCAs available on my shows starting very, very soon. I showed some yesterday. Those are older ones. But I am going to have some new ones created at this convention. And I'm going to have some other friends work on it. It doesn't look old enough to be Qbert. That's why I'm not sure, Castle, who it actually is. So we will work that out, but I will let you guys know what's going on, and we will catch up on that. So stay tuned. Immediately after this show, Bronze and Bigby.
Yep.
They're doing their anniversary clip show, but it's not really a clip show. It's an anniversary. Hey, do you remember that time? Mm-hmm. So they're basically doing the Chris Farley talk show, which I can appreciate. So stay tuned for that. Coming up very soon here on The Experience in about 10 minutes. Be on the lookout. Have your notifications turned on for me to be live. K-pop, Ed, if you guys choose to come up to Traverse City, maybe I'll see you there. Hit me up. But otherwise, I will see everybody next week here on the EXP. So... join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.